Quick Shots with your hosts,
Bob Katie.
And John Picarillo.
Welcome to Bob and John and Jay's Quick Shots.
Welcome aboard, folks.
Hi.
We'll get the intro straight on that eventually.
So you were just saying as we hit record that who are criminals?
The IOC,
What does that stand for?
fuckheads that run the Olympics,
The International.
Olympic Committee. Yeah,
Who's it made up of?
a bunch of rich people, obviously.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
So it's the sports government.
Internet for it's just for the Olympics.
Keep Bob busy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
That's right.
What an asshole!
Yeah, the whole thing is they're.
I know that you don't watch it. We would talk a lot about on this show.
You can talk about it all you want. I think it's.
I didn't take any notes because I can't be doing it now. There would be so many things to talk about.
The way they give it to these countries like Russia and China and stuff like that basically kill people in the process of making the Olympics happen.
You know, they also keep Russians from competing. So,
well, that's whatever.
I'm not understanding all the rules myself this year, but
But they give it back to China again, and I mean Rio it shouldn't be in Rio. That's a fucking disaster. You know.
Oh, so you're saying what country gets to do it?
Yeah, the IOC basically, by giving it to these countries that they know are doing a genocide of their own people to make the Olympics happen, basically, and the IOC just, it's not us, so we don't care. But they're collecting tons of money in the process. So, I mean, it's bullshit.
I never followed that end of it. That's why I'm curious to hear what you have to say. I just kind of watched the athletes do what they do.
And the athletes, the way they're so strictly contained and everything, and a lot of that bullshit too is
that's the
another
world
thing
we
too.
live in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
bullshit.
the world we live in. I read an
And
article today about the fastest woman, and she's a woman. Okay, she's not-
Okay, you said that.
First qualification to be fast.
There's some people that know
Transgender.
differently or
Yeah.
think differently about it. So this isn't like Bruce Jenner. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't feel like a man. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to be a man, but she has a high level of testosterone, and she does look a little manly.
Will I say the name? Because
So there's people arguing that she's too manly to compete in the women's competition, but she's a woman. She's a regular woman.
Is her name Serena Williams?
Strong.
Because she's a woman that would be like too manly to compete with. You look at her
Yeah, but
compete
see, they
against
didn't-
other women, and it's like she's eating them for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Well, that's her advantage. I mean, that's what people have in life.
Yeah.
Are either advantages or disadvantages, and you have to do with it accordingly.
I mean, the bottom line, was she born with woman parts?
Yeah,
or
that's
not?
what she is.
all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Then
Her mother
what's-
says she's
then who
always
cares?
been
There
a
you go.
woman. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah, that should be.
There you go.
And that's pretty much where they're at. They can't stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do. I was going through the article, and they actually changed the rules a lot with little details like that, like levels of testosterone.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's because, I mean, the bottom line now, sports is getting so ridiculous with all what these athletes do to gain the millisecond advantages for
Like I was thinking, it was.
for everything. It's crazy.
You know what's bigger this year? The suction.
Yeah, I was just
The
gonna, I was going to bring that up.
I saw some of that. Yeah.
Cupping
cupping. Yes.
Cupping.
That's a
sounds
old
dirty.
Asian,
doesn't it?
Chinese.
Hey, baby, you want to go cupping?
Oh yeah, Yeah.
Well, I didn't. Well, here's a funny, thing. I mean, with the spirit of the Olympics? You know what I mean? Compared to what goes around with all of it and everything, is like such a. What you see on television is such a rah thing, and it helps to bring people together and all this stuff while people are suffering in the wake of the Olymp. You know what I mean? In the Olympics when they move in, but. I didn't realize this. I thought the carrying of the Olympic torch went back to Greece. You know what I mean? Like the original Olympic type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that surprised me.
It was actually the one who created that was Hitler in 1938. Germany
You did
had
tell
the
me.
spotlight for the Olympics, like every country does when they have it, still to this day.
Yep.
And he wanted he wanted to somehow create attention and show the beautiful lands of Germany. So his thing was, well, we'll have the torch, and we'll bring we'll bring it all around Germany and have pictures and back then the 8mm taken and everything, and we can show that and everything. And the funny thing is, so the Nazis basically started that, and yet they're keeping it through to today.
Well, there's always
Interesting.
There's always something that you don't have control over.
I saw a lot of stuff on Real Sports on HBO, and it's just amazing. Like literally, people have died in the wake of the Olympics.
Oh yeah, especially when we were. That was big in the news when we were invading.
Invading. You want to be a little bit more specific?
When we took Hussein.
Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't his family part of that whole soccer scandal? Like
I don't know.
torturing and it was pretty ridiculous.
I was talking more in the last 3 or 4 Olympics. Like the Russia one was just literally. I mean, that was just crazy. Putin had people eliminated, political rivals eliminated over the Olympic stuff, and like where they built these walls around that Olympic village, and the other side where. Basically, if you went over there, you were immediately arrested, especially press or anything, because it was just people living in cardboard boxes. I mean, hundreds and thousands of people. It was just ridiculous, And then China, literally, China was even worse in a way because they had a powder milk contamination right before the Olympics there in 2008. And the government decided not to say anything. And lots of infants died because they were given this powdered milk. And it was just like, oh, well. They had this story of this one woman who had twins right before the Olympics. She could feed one, but she was having trouble breastfeeding the other. So they gave the other the powdered milk, not knowing. And the kid died on the opening during the opening ceremonies, literally, of the Olympics. And that was its basic cause because they didn't want to let anything bad. You never want to let anything bad out.
Yeah, well, they did.
And Rio is just a disaster. You know what I mean? And 1,000 different. I mean, there's no rock you can't. You throw a rock and hit a disaster in Rio. It's terrible.
It's mayhem without the Olympics.
I mean, I was never a big Olympic watcher anyway, but it just seems like it's gotten worse and worse.
Involved.
I didn't realize it either. I wasn't a big Olympic watching person to begin with, but then I started seeing these reports. You know what I mean? And
Well,
it's
you're
like,
always more fascinated with the goings on than the.
You mean the truth?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you uncover them, but see, we gotta. I think we left.
Were we taking on the IOC?
I thought we were starting a religion. Hey,
yeah, we are.
I started to look
we
into
gotta start
that
a religion
because I saw a clip from Woody Harrelson.
Hold on one second.
What?
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
You can find us at bobandjohnspodcast@gmail.com, on iTunes and buzzsprout.com, or
At Loose and Buttery on the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
And on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Also on Untapped at Jay's Brew and Brewmaster Pick. 2 C's.
Yeah.
we had to get that business out of the way. What were you saying? You saw what?
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson?
Did this little clip, and it was real basic.
Oh, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, I shared it.
Yeah,
I found
That's
it.
probably where I saw it.
I found it good enough to share it. Now, I don't think he had any solutions that weren't unheard of, but he was speaking the truth. The only thing was I was trying to find out a little bit more about this, and it brought me to the it's the movement, you know what I mean? It's the face mask that we have.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the unknown. Something.
Unknown. It's
I know what you're talking about. They use the mask from V for Vendetta.
Right. We have one of those.
Yeah.
Which is strange because like some of the messages I was getting through the organization was conflicting. Like I wasn't sure. They were like kind of, some of the stuff seemed real Robin Hood-ish, I guess, where they're pranking the government to benefit the smaller people, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But some of it I wasn't really sure if that was a good thing. Like one of the things said, like they use those masks, and it's like somebody has the rights to it and is getting paid for every mask they buy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was brought up, and I was like, but it was on their own website, so I didn't know if that was a pro or a con that they were trying to make.
Yeah. The funny thing, because they're like with WikiLeaks too, and all these people that hack I'm just surprised that. I don't know. Like, if I was Trump or Hillary Clinton, I'd be writing fucking scraps of paper notes. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be doing emails, because they're going to get tagged.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Trump lost his mind again today. Basically,
hear it on the way home. That must have been pretty recent.
Basically calling for the NRA to shoot Clinton.
Wow.
I mean, he didn't say that. That wasn't a quote. He didn't say that in any quote, shape, or form. But he implied that.
He implies a lot of things. I'm really surprised.
The way that
there's a huge argument for both sides.
That Clinton wants to take away the Second Amendment. He says, and
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
She didn't say that.
in that, he's saying she wants that, and.
She does want stronger gun control laws.
Yeah, but he's saying that she wants to get rid of it, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But then he goes, well, maybe the Second Amendment people, basically the NRA, could do something about it. Hint, hint. Which basically just means
I whip this out.
Which pretty much basically means they could shoot if they just shot her. You know what I mean? Assassinated her. He's crazy. I want Bugs Bunny to be our president. That's where I'm voting for.
There's people that want him to succeed with this.
Bugs Bunny?
Yes.
I'm all for Bugs.
Driving me crazy that I don't have it.
What's wrong with you? You were so fired up right before this podcast, and now you're like...
I'm looking. I think it's my microphone.
He's got talent.
That's right. That made me laugh. Like even the next day.
Yeah. Me and him were texting back and forth. Talent.
That's a good one.
Ooh, he goes.
I need to find. Here's the problem.
There we go.
There we go.
My uncle says you got a screw loose.
Oh, yeah. Your uncle molests collies.
Oh my!
There is place. I explored making. There is a place you can make your own emojis. I guess they're called.
Oh, really?
Or are they called emoticons? I don't know.
Same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think emoticons might be the actual. It might be the
actual
brand. Where emojis
okay.
is what it is. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that whole thing with like jet ski. Everybody calls it a jet ski, but
Yeah.
there is actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Gotcha. But there's a couple websites I looked and I was kind of fooling around with making one, but
oh man,
yeah.
Can we make a talent one?
Yeah, that's what I was starting. I was actually starting to do it, and then
we have to.
We
have to have one for talent.
And then if it takes off, do we get money?
I don't know. Probably not. I think it's just for your own enjoyment.
Yeah, probably.
There's got to be a way. Can't we copyright it or something? It's that good, folks. I'm telling you. It's that good. That's how good it is.
Talent.
They're talent. They're going to use it.
Think about it.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. You just remember, you heard it here.
Talent.
All right?
Yes.
It's August 9th.
If anybody's going to get the money for it, it's going to be Jay because he's the one that came up. Well, that's true.
We all did.
Yeah.
kind of
Jay's
a
the
group
one
That was a combo, right? It was a
a
trifecta.
But I remember stopping when I was editing it, and Jay.
What's two in the can?
The first one. While we were laughing, Jay, you hear Jay just suddenly go, talent.
It cracked me up because he's talking about the house, and I thought we were talking about shows, that we'd have 2 shows in the can.
2 shows in the can. It all went awry from there. It all went sideways, backwards, and forwards there.
Oh, did you see the other one that I shared? The asshole.
More specific.
What asshole!
More specific, please.
The guy's an asshole, and the video starts out, and it's the back of a truck, and it's got the
Oh,
balls.
yeah. You should have led with that.
Huh?
You should have led with that.
Oh, I don't know. It was a good message, though. The whole time I was watching it, there was like, there's like a narrator going over, and it's just this asshole doing asshole things in life, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. Here, I'll tell you what his freaking name was. World's biggest asshole. Yeah, well, it didn't say the name, but like John George or whatever was an asshole. And he really, truly was. And he goes through all the things that he was an asshole. Well, he drops dead in a diner, and the waitress that he was just giving a hard time over about not having enough fries for $3, and found his wallet, and he's a organ donor. And it goes on to see all the lives that he saved. So even though he was an asshole his whole life, in death he was a hero. See. The moral of the story is I always just kind of wanted to be left alone. And but I thought I got thinking about it. Well, if I could help somebody else out when I'm gone, why not? Really?
It's not going to be your liver, I'll tell you that much.
I never thought about it before.
Whoa, we can't use this one.
Holy shit.
Put it back.
They pull out his liver, it goes, it runs off. Yeah, not his liver. Holy shit. We're putting this in the Smithsonian.
Whoa.
Holy
It could.
Jesus.
Hey, it could go for a class observation. Well, this is clearly gallons.
Hey, Joe, you got to see this one.
Did you see the one with the two gorillas? And they're 2 gorillas.
Every
and
video's good if it's got 2 gorillas.
Two gorillas in the zoo, and the one's like, and he's got his back
what?
toward the. He's got his back to the camera, and like right over the shoulder, you see the other one go right at him.
I've seen gorillas and shit do that. They get it.
He's like flipped off his buddy. He got it's almost like he got into his camera way, and he's like.
I saw
fuck
one
you.
with a little dog. I didn't share it because I don't really try not to share
Little dogs?
animal videos. But this dog was
Keep all the
hilarious.
little dogs to yourself.
And it's this dude with his camera, you know what I mean? And like the dog.
Oh, the angry dog, yeah.
And the dog.
Every
isn't
time he
even
flips the
looking at
dog out, the dog goes right at him.
nuts. Oh, it's funny as heck. Oh, so I found it. I knew I could. Anonymous.
Yeah.
Anonymous. And that's a huge behind the scenes kind of movement. And they've got some positive ideas.
With everything, there's positive and negative.
Exactly. I mean, with every organization, there's that problem, And that was another thing too. I don't know if they're against or for, but I know I saw the Scientologists
Jesus,
in there.
there's
So
another
I don't know if they're pro that. You know what I mean?
I just want to make straight. Just because I rail on Trump does not mean I think I would really care for Clinton in any way, shape, or form. You're looking at over my head like there's something.
I think she knows.
Visitor.
Oh, thank you.
She's in the camera.
Hi. Might as well wave.
She can't help it. She comes home. She has to disturb whatever we're doing. She did band practice last night.
Yeah.
She has to make her presence felt.
Make sure there's no strippers down here.
She has to make her presence known. Dear Lord.
I'm going to go down and make sure there's no girls down there.
Well, with you, that could always be a funky thing. You never know.
Yeah.
How's your book doing there?
Oh man,
Soggy book.
Soggy book.
no, it's
Sticky pages.
It's
no?
dry and it's not sticky, but it's weathered.
Those are John. That's John's other books. Sticky.
No,
No.
I wouldn't want to ruin my books. Oh, good. All right, so I got all distracted with all of this.
I know. I saw your eyes lighting up. I'm like, oh, I know what's behind me. I know. I was waiting for it.
I
matter
didn't know
of fact.
if I had to make any signals or anything. Or well, she was kind of like, so I was like, okay, she's not even going to come in the area, and then she was like, what do I do as a bystander?
A bystander?
Yeah, bystander.
Sounds like you have a dick in your mouth.
I got a slippery pickle.
Not yet.
Darn it, I want it.
You're not slippery. You're not slippery pickle enough.
John wants the slippery pickle.
Yeah. John wants the slippery
And some talent.
and some talent. John just wants a girl with talent. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think we're gonna be playing.
Cheese and rice.
We're gonna be playing out this winter a lot. That's my prediction.
Let's start a bar called the Slippery Pickle.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. It's not far off from Loose and Buttery.
The Slippery Pickle.
Picarello, pickle. See that? See how that goes?
When I say the name, Dickus. Dickus.
The Slippery Pickle.
Give me the slippery pickle.
And we'll take 3 of the house special Loose and Butteries.
That's right. See, now we're talking now. Now we're developing a plan.
I have a feeling we would be nailed as a gay bar
Yeah,
instantly.
so that'd be a great gay bar name.
It's so funny, though. You
I
know what I
know.
mean? The words are so funny. It's unfortunate. It seems homosexual.
A bar called...
Hey, maybe we'll
a bar. No, hold on. A bar
I
called...
haven't even thought about this. We might be huge in the homosexual world. I didn't even think about it.
Hey, a bar called the Slippery Pickle, where the drinks are called Loose and Buttery, and John in his lederhosen with no shirt on,
Pedaling around on a bicycle.
pedaling around on a little bicycle, on a little tricycle.
That's not stamped for gay at all. That has no shot.
See, we can come up with
You're
funny
making a
things.
big mistake, cowboy.
Might as well just paint it rainbow colors.
Yeah, I know.
They're done.
2 little happy pickles on either side of the...
With a couple of olives on the bottom.
A guy holding 2 pickles.
with a shirt that says
There you
Loose
go.
and Buttery.
Oh man, we're not moving in the right direction.
No.
I don't think so.
Oh no, we're having very inappropriate talk.
Sorry.
It doesn't. I really don't give a shit. We'll get inappropriate with everybody else later. It's just not the gay people.
I'm not so worried about that. Actually,
I'm not worried about gay people at all. I don't know. I don't think we were
I'm
discussing it like we were worried about it.
I'm worried.
I think they should be able to marry each other completely.
You know what I mean? Pigeonholed into a. Oh, honey, you have to hear this show that I listened to today.
I don't give a rat's ass.
All right.
I don't care. Anybody can listen to the show. I don't care.
What if you didn't even realize it, and then you're around and you're like, I'm Bob Katie, and I know, you're from Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour? Yeah. Oh, that's the greatest gay show ever. I'm so glad I know you. Mwah!
Well, maybe at that point I would be a little disturbed at the kiss part.
Looking for a little slap and pickle.
Little slap and pickle.
Maybe at the kiss part is where I would be disturbed. But
Excuse me while I whip this out.
I got to do
listen,
that.
I don't care if gay people got us sponsors and if a ton of gay people wanted to sponsor us and everything,
Obrigado.
and we could make money that way. God bless it. I don't care.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
I can't think of the name of the stuff. It's just perfect one. I forget what
Jay
it's called.
had a funny thought.
I did. It's okay.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
It's got to be in there. Usually you just Jay.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
Does this mean Jay?
Yeah. Let me tell you something about. He's got some talent. We could. Hey, maybe we should set that as a goal for our 100th one. Right? We'll do a whole bit with just just the stuff that we've made up on the show.
Oh Jesus! I don't think we can go back and find it all. That would take eons.
Well, we got to do something special. Just trying to come up with some ideas.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Talent.
Jay's looking things up. Doom, 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 doom.
I know. That's what I was going to do when we got talking about the Olympics, but you went on it. You were off on a totally different quest.
You started that whole conversation.
I did.
Jay's got nothing?
Oh, no.
No.
It's a little late now. Timing's off.
Timing's off.
Hey, don't do that.
I watched volleyball last night. That was very exciting.
There's nothing better than women's.
Will Ferrell, I
Beach
guess, made
volleyball.
a funny tweet.
I got that. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw it.
They had regular, too.
I like the indoor
Regular.
too. Is actually very entertaining because there's usually
okay.
think like a 6-man
It
team.
was very good.
It's
This was women's, yeah.
yeah, but still, and there was a lot of. I mean, with that many people on the court indoor, it's fast,
Yeah.
man. It's fast.
Actually, Renee wanted to watch it, and then beach volleyball was
I mean,
on,
hey,
so
look,
You
we
watched
watched it.
women's
Women-
volleyball. What is it? You watched
Right.
women's volleyball, and you didn't walk away with a wrist injury. It's all right.
that's what Will Ferrell said.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, the beach is the best, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. But I really did get roped into the indoor because it was fun to watch. And come on,
It is fast.
they're
The women are so big.
they're
I think the smallest
great.
one was like 6'4". I'm like,
Yeah, that's-
Jesus.
some
tall.
big, beautiful women out there.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't help. That's part of it. You know, they were celebrating the 30-something, or that's it, right? 30-some years.
We'll do the beer Olympics.
Yeah.
I mean, I got talking to my dad about it. I'm like, what is this shit? I thought it started in Greece.
Sponsored by our own religion.
They didn't start it, I don't think, until you said.
Oh, the fight. The
30.
Yeah.
38. 30 times 4. That's how many years back?
a lot.
120.
Yeah, but that's few, considering I thought they started in, like, Greek times.
Oh, I
And
thought what?
Well, they did, but then they were
The Olympics
They
did.
brought them back.
Yeah, the Olympics did.
Yeah.
I was just saying the torch thing in 1938.
So we had the official Olympics. How many years had it been then?
It was actually 28. I looked that up too.
28 what?
1928 it came back.
Oh, is that when the
torch
Olympics
was brought back? It
Oh,
was
sorry.
it was first used in the Olympics back in the Olympiad times, but then they brought it back in 1928.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, I
That's
call
what-
real
I looked
sports.
it up.
They made that wrong.
That's okay. That's what here. That's why we're here. Find out these good things. That's it.
Maybe his was the relay of the torch.
Oh, it could be. I don't know. Let me see. here.
Maybe
The tradition
maybe that was my mistake of the relay of the torch.
Maybe that's what it was. And this
Yeah.
this was the actual torch. It was reintroduced in the 28 games. So.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense because they made a big point about him wanting to show off Germany.
Yeah.
The
36 Olympics. The modern convention of moving the Olympic flame via a
There you
relay
go.
system was in 1936 Germany.
Yep. Yeah, I said 38. It was 36. Yeah, there you go.
Carl Diem.
Yeah. Okay, so I wasn't totally wrong. I just
Didn't
didn't
claim. Didn't claim.
hear it quite correctly. They didn't present it as clear, I guess. 'Cause I didn't take it that way. I took it as he invented the whole torch thing, not the movement of the torch.
I think Friday or Saturday is the one I really wanted to see. apparently there's it's last year's gold medal winner in female boxing.
Oh yeah.
And she's like walking the talk like Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? She's ready to win. She's not there to compete.
The swimmer there was pretty ballsy for the United States.
Yeah.
When she made that little gesture to the poster of the Russian woman that got banned, and then beat her. So that was pretty ballsy.
Crushed the world record by like 5 seconds. In swimming, that's like a fucking lap. You know what I mean? It's a lot of time.
Actually, I hear it's like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but world records are broken.
I know.
.0000.
Yeah, I haven't. Usually, I kind of watch. I'm kind of into them, and I'm more into the Winter Olympics, I think, than the summer.
I dig them both. That's why I'm glad you get Olympics every 2 years.
Right. I usually watch it more than I just haven't watched a lot this year. Last night was the first time I sat down and actually watched it. And
Look,
actually,
I don't go out of my way,
which I guess is at the end of the week. So,
but if I happen to have time where I can check it out, I mean, sometimes I get caught up on the internet. It's not like not like I said. But up at the lake, I have cable. I watch quite a bit of it.
Yeah, well, now it's so different. I forget it's even on. I'm not interested in it. Which I'm forgetting it's not even on. Because the way you watch things now, it's not like, it's not like you get stuck watching. You know what I mean? I think
my next big one's the going to be for the boxing. But I mean, hell, the USA is kicking ass in women's gymnastics, so I don't mind watching that. Those little spark plugs.
They won it,
around.
didn't they? They won it by like a huge margin or something.
Yeah, but I don't think it's over. I don't think that was for.
That was the women's gymnastics. I think they
for
said
medals though.
Men thing was on last night. They were doing that pommel horse thing. That was freaking unbelievable.
I did watch that.
I just see some of it on the morning news, and the men didn't look too great.
No, they didn't look so great.
The one landed on his face, kind of.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah, but the women are. There's more than one superstar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that stuff's amazing. I mean, it's supernatural. It's not just anybody that could go do that at all, let alone at that level. That's all they do. Yeah. Like my mother made a joke to like, oh yeah, they're probably all hungover from the party, and I'm like, I don't think the coaches are going to let them out of their rooms.
Well, the funny thing,
at the Olympics.
Somebody said that you watch all this competition, and some people like that. They're just like, there's some. They said, well, maybe they should just put an ordinary person in there to really show what these guys, how good these athletes are. You know what
that would be funny. That would be
like put John in the lane next to fucking what's his face there.
I'm in.
Phelps. You know what I mean?
I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy.
Yeah, they should do that. That would be funny. Actually.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They go to commercial and come back, and I'm still swimming.
Come back the next day.
John's
still on. He's just about done.
It's a great idea, guys. I think we should.
Isn't this the breaststroke? What the hell he's doing? He's doggy paddling.
It's a good idea. I think America would love it.
That would be hilarious.
I think the world would love it. It would be great. Just ask for volunteers.
Well,
they're not allowed to be. They're not allowed to be in the competitive.
Yeah. The synchronized diving.
Belly flop. Holy shit! This is high.
He has now crapped his shorts.
That was something that Joe was the other day. He was like fascinated because I started talking about the Olympics a little bit, and he was fascinated with the high dives. Because they're like the platform ones, it's like way up there. Yeah. And then even during the day, he had pulled it up on YouTube. He's like, "Hey, pick, check it out. This is what I'm talking about." And there's just a couple of people flipping around, but it is
flipping around.
It is pretty amazing because they're diving. It is like 4 stories,
like 30 meters, which is like
way up
90
there.
fucking feet. That's
it's way up there. Like all of a sudden, the pool looks small when you're up there. And then, so they do all their stuff, and then they're doing it, and they're synchronized because there's two. So you know what I mean. But the thing is, they go into that water, and it's like, boop.
Yeah,
there's
like no splash.
It's
like,
they go.
But I do. I think that would make it interesting if you put ordinary people. You know.
Oh yeah, look what I could do.
Yeah,
This guy would
especially
be
the
awesome.
Winter Olympics. They're doing the ski jumps and stuff.
That I don't know who came up with that idea.
Or the luge.
Because I watched that movie with what's his name.
Eddie the Eagle.
It was like yeah. He was
I haven't seen that.
determined to
It looked like it was supposed to be a good
Yeah, he
movie,
was determined to make that damn movie. You know what I mean? Do it. And
True story.
He didn't care. But where do the balls come from to say from up there, this is a good idea? You know what I mean?
That
No.
thing's tall.
It's
See
way.
the one up at Placid,
you're way
man.
the
I
fuck
think-
up
I think-
there.
you know what I
and
think-
at the end of the ramp,
Yeah.
No.
you're way the fuck up there.
You know what I think part of that is? Part of that is, I think, age of the person. You at 24 would have been like, it's a good idea. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah, those skis look like
Yeah.
wings. I
Yeah.
can fly.
You at 44 is going, oh, that's a long
Man,
recovery.
that's gonna take a long time to heal.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, because I used to think about my parents' house in Woodhaven, walking around the top of that thing. If I had fallen off that roof, I would have been fucking dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And back then it was like, oh no, I won't fall. Now, Christ's sakes, we get up on a ladder and we're like, oh, if we fall, this is gonna really break something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bruise something really bad.
The best way to not be hurt is don't get hurt.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Oh yeah, we should tidy up this.
All right,
place.
you primitive screwheads, listen up.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
You can find us at Bob and John's Podcast at gmail.com, on iTunes and Buzzsprout.com, or
At Loose and Buttery, the Twitter and Instagram or Periscope.
And on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page at Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour. Also on Untapped at Jay's Brew and Brewmaster Pick with 2 C's.
all right, guys, it's a long quick shots.
Yeah, well,
Not so quick
you forgot to
It's a
remind
not so
us that
quick
it was
shots.
supposed to be over quickly.
It's a little mediocre quick
You're the
shots.
timekeeper. I can't have this thing on.
I was letting you flow.
Jiminy Christmas.
You always tell me about cutting you off. I was letting you flow a little bit.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Let's get out of here. Say good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
From Homebrew Studios, this has been Bob and John's Quick Shots, brought to you by Bob and John's Super Duper Variety Power Hour.
Looking for a little slab and pickle.